Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Okay, it's hour number 3. Coming up in the next segment, I'm going to go over a bunch of key financial news today. Like Social Security is in the red this year. Record layoffs. They now admit we never left the recession. We're going into a depression. But right now, let's go to Tom in New York. Tom, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, what's up?
Worldwide broadcast, sir. Good to have you here with us.
All right, great. So, I watched your documentaries, and they're really great. And honestly, I've been able to start telling people about it, and I've gotten my cousin who lives in Colorado into this sort of thing, and now she's helping fight for the cause.
Good.
And two things is that I printed out some of your flyers from Infowars.com, and I started posting them around town. And I instructed my cousin in Colorado to do the same, so we're really helping to get the word out there.
Well, Tom, that's awesome. I hope people will get this flyer. There is poison in the tap water, and it has facts about increases in bone cancer and other issues. It says, demand safe water, demand the truth, visit Infowars.com. The media will attack this in many towns and cities, and then that will cause a larger debate. Just like when a fluoride machine breaks in Prescott, Ontario, it gives the public a chance to go in and talk about the poison in the water. This is a way to put it back on the table and to have a focal point and to point out, hey, this is poison. How dare you do this?
Exactly. And the thing is about getting the word out, and especially when it comes to fluoride, is that people don't really know that, like, it's always been presented as a good thing because, oh, it helps fight cavities and stuff like that. But so it's kind of a big sort of focus shift, I think, but a lot of people are waking up to it. And
now they're presenting lithium to be put in our water to calm us, which is what the fluoride is put in there for. It's also toxic and to reduce fertility. But I appreciate your calls. Did you have any other points, Tom?
Yeah, one more thing I want to do as far as getting the word out. I'm also, I have this sort of music group going, and we're going to release an EP soon, and it's going to be called Road to Bohemia, all about Bohemian Grove Society and New World Order.
Awesome. I remember.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex.
Thank you. I remember 10 years ago when I snuck in there and blew it wide open, the media ran stories saying I was a liar and hadn't snuck in. Then a few years later, they admitted that I had snuck in. The Bohemian Grove responded to it. And then now it's mainstream news that they have giant homosexual orgies there. So that's your government. That's who they are. Let's talk to Terrence in Florida. Terrence, you're on the air.
Semper Fi, Alex. Thanks for taking the call.
Thanks for calling.
You said we need to identify the problem, and I think one way to do that would be that Oliver North was a government employee. Child Protective Services are government employees. The City Council of Austin, Texas, are government employees. The problem is not our government, which is the Constitution, it's the government employee.
It's these usurpers that have stepped outside the Bill of Rights and Constitution.
So every time you get a chance, or every time I go out in public with We Are Change, I got to hold up a sign that says, government employees are the threat, and put a face on the threat, because as long as we say government's doing this, there's no face. But if we put a face on the threat, which is the government employee...
That's right. No, it's mafia that's gone in, overthrown the Bill of Rights and Constitution, overthrown our government, and have put in their own criminal government. Rogue government is the problem.
Sort of. But the old lady at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles is demanding you get her permission to drive a car. She's a government employee. She doesn't know she's a threat, but if we tell her the government employee's a threat, they might start looking at themselves and wake up. Because we got to.
They're gonna wake up when they get their pay cut, their pensions taken, or fired, or all three. They're gonna wake up real quick because the taxes are gonna go up as they are. and the services are going to be cut off. So they're waking up right now. Good points, Terrence. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Skull&Bones Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5-Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new Evacuation Pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is eFoodsDirect.com. Go to their website online right now, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Okay, let me blitz through some world news and financial news. Then we're going right to Bob Chapman for the balance of the hour and your phone calls. Josh, Ryan, Jared, Joe, Tanya, and others. The toll-free number to join us on air is 1-800-259-9231. It is Friday, the 6th day of August, 2010. The websites are prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.net, and JonesReport.com. Don't forget the network website. A lot of key news as well. GCN, the letters GCN, live.com. Okay, let me go ahead and run through some of this news here dealing with the economy. Anger mounts over Michelle Obama's £150,000 Spanish holiday bill footed by the U.S. taxpayer. And then it goes on to talk about how the total security costs are in the millions and millions of dollars. In fact, here's a story out of the New York Daily News. Material Girl Michelle Obama is a modern-day Marie Antoinette on a glitzy Spanish vacation. This came out 2 days after Dr. Paul Craig Roberts wrote a headline about it for Infowars.com titled, "Let Them Eat Cake." Sacrifice is something that many Americans are becoming all too familiar with during this economic downturn. It was a key theme in President Obama's inaugural address to the nation, and he's referenced it numerous times. Austerity for you, lecturing the country on how to get back on its feet. But while most of the country is pinching pennies, many top government officials, I would add, at the state and county level are getting big raises, some of them making hundreds of thousands up to $1 million a year. But while most of the country is pinching pennies and downsizing, summer sojourns are forging them all together, foregoing them. The Obamas don't seem to be heeding their own advice. And it goes on to them occupying 60 to 70 rooms everywhere she travels and spending millions and millions of dollars. And it just goes on from there. Now, looking at some of the economic news, they're celebrating what they've done to you. They don't care if you hate Obama. He knows he'll be removed as a puppet and then he'll be rehabilitated later, just like Bush and Clinton and everybody else. America is at risk of boiling over. And out-of-touch leaders don't see the need to cool things off. No, because they want a revolt. They're training for urban warfare and civil unrest everywhere. That's what they want, but that's a story by Peggy Noonan. Continuing, Romer to leave the White House. Christina Romer, chairwoman of President Obama's Council on Economic Advisors, that's Council of Economic Robbers, has decided to resign, according to sources familiar with the plans. Mission accomplished. Now time for the rats to leave the sinking ship. Here's another one, Washington Times. Social Security is in the red this year. It's been in the red for decades. All there are receipts in that fund. They steal your money, folks. Social Security will pay out more this year than it gets in payroll taxes, making it the first time since the program will be in the red since it was overhauled in 1983, according to the annual authoritative report released Thursday by the program's report. Meanwhile, President Obama's health care overhaul has given Medicare, basic hospital insurance, an extra 12 years of financing stability. Continuing, U.S. employers shed jobs. Unemployment rate held steady at 9.5 in July. It's well over 20%. But this news sent the stock market tumbling today. More jobs news. Job picture worsens with 131,000 losses in the last month. Remember, those are Cook numbers. Fox News reports, despite budget cuts, layoff fears, Milwaukee teachers fight for budget funded Viagra. Yes, more goodies for them. Meanwhile, libraries all over the country are being closed, like in Camden, closing a major library. But the taxes go up. City faces hiring borrow cost. City faces higher borrowing cost as bond rating is downgraded. This is out of the Sun-Times. Struggling through its worst ever budget crisis, Chicago has suffered the first in what could be a series of body blows. A downgrade in the all-important bond rating that determines city borrowing cost. Yeah, the city goes and takes loans out from private banks, central banks, that they just make up out of nothing. And then now they've gotten them leverage where they want them, so now they'll have to pay 10, 15% on their loans, on their bonds. And then they won't be able to pay that. Then it'll be 30, 40% like Zimbabwe or Argentina or Nigeria. And, of course, the United States itself has been downgraded in China now. Continuing, Postal Service loses $3.5 billion in third quarter. Reuters reports, talks about becoming completely insolvent. Don't worry, they'll just print more money. Fannie Mae seeks $1.5 billion from U.S. Treasury after 12th straight loss. Foreclosures at all-time records. And it just goes on from there. In an uncertain economy, shoppers are choosy again. Consumers are buying a lot less, so profits of retail stores are plunging. Real estate market continues to plunge, both private individuals, homes, and, of course, the commercial real estate market. Let's now go to Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster, who joins us in the third hour every Friday to break down what's happening in the economy. Bob, more and more, they say there's no way to get out of the recession that's really a depression. Here you were 3 years ago predicting what happened a year later in October of 2008. You predicted that the stimulus would run out by now, over a year and a half ago when they passed it, as well as the banker bailout, and you said that by the later end of 2010, the stimulus would run out and that they would make the decision for another stimulus, which might extend it for another year, but the the decline would still be there, just more gradual, or things would accelerate, plunging downward. Bob